What's up guys? Today we'll be spray painting my $10,000 Surron. As you can see, right now it's just a factory pink and it does look really good. I think it's like the best factory color for the Surron. And a lot of people are gonna be asking why I decided to paint it and not powder coat. And pretty much, I thought it'd be more fun to film my process of painting. I'm definitely gonna be missing the pink because it's a good color. But I'm just ready for something new. But a lot of people will also be saying that the spray paint is just gonna chip. But I actually spent $300 on all this paint. And again, people are saying just powder coat for that much. But still, I saved money just painting because the shop near me charges a lot. All this paint is from Tropical Glitz. Got primer, the base color, I have Flake to add sparkle, clear coat, and then this is an extra can of silver that I think I'm going to paint my rear shock with because right now it's white. I also have some more titanium for the bike. Yes, there's only one bolt. That's because last night I put on all the other bolts I had for it just because I wanted to see what bolts I was missing, and I went ahead and ordered almost every single bolt on here that I was in titanium that I was missing. So that should be coming. I don't know if it will get here in time to make the cut for this video, but we'll see. But you guys can get all this titanium like here and here, 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 and here, and here. You can get that all from motorcovers.shop. I'll put up their TikTok. You can get all the titanium from them. Looks really good, but I also am having more coming because I want to get all these like main bolts that you can see pretty well. All titanium. I also got the bash guard bolts in titanium on the way. I'm just gonna go ahead and start stripping the bike, and I'm gonna test how long it's gonna take. Right now it's 250. Hopefully it'll take like an hour, maybe under an hour. Okay guys, here I just started with removing all the little pins on the plastic piece under the seat. And I went ahead and unscrewed all the nuts holding onto the seat. And I went ahead after that and removed my little Baja rock light that I have mounted up and removed the plastic piece around the battery lid lock. And here I'm going ahead removing the battery lid lock and the whole subframe and all that stuff. And I just started with all that because it's easier to access everything under. After getting the subframe off, I went ahead and started to remove the controller and the rest of the wiring. Okay guys, a little update. Yes, yesterday my phone ran out of storage, but we got everything stripped, got it kind of all laid out here, and I ended up pulling my shock spring off. I have a shock compressor. I'm probably gonna paint it silver if, like I said, if I have enough. Where is it? Back here. But we'll see. I might just put it back on as is. But yeah, we got everything stripped. Hopefully I have enough paint to paint it. I low-key don't think I do. So I might just do one piece at a time. And then if I run out, I can order more. And then yeah, we would have to end up waiting, which would be annoying, but I'd rather wait than run out of paint. But I also went around and fixed up some stuff, and I mounted my rock light switch here, and I also kind of fixed this wrap. Yeah, it's wrap, not real. This one looks pretty bad, but it's whatever. It was kind of worse before. And I don't want to lift that up because I got all the pins in there, but I fixed that wrap, and I made this wrap also better, also has screws in it. But I'm probably gonna go around and clean up and repolish all my polished parts next. But yeah, right now I'm doing some test pieces, like, so I can get used to the paint first. But tomorrow it'll be cooler out, and I'll like walk you guys through more what I do after I get more of the feel of the paint. And it's also really hot right now for painting, which messes up the painting job. But tomorrow it should be like the perfect temperature for me to do it. All right guys, this is the next day. Probably everything looks the same because it pretty much is. But I did go around and polish some stuff. I polished my new linkage. It doesn't look that good, but it's whatever. And I repolished all my old stuff, and I also polished this. Kind of looks the same because I didn't do any sanding. I just polished it. Hopefully hoping that would help polish this. That looks a lot better because that was pretty dirty and it was one of my first polishes. But yeah, I pretty much polished all that small stuff and I wrapped this carbon. It's not that good of a wrap, but it's whatever, you can't really see it. And I did also get the bash guard painted and back together. I think it looks really good. Can't really see the sparkle. It's kind of hard to see unless there's a good amount of light on it, but I think it looks pretty good. The only thing I don't like is that there's a good amount of orange peel, which I don't know how to get rid of that. It's not that bad on the outside, but I think the color is really nice, looks really good. And I just finished spraying the primer onto the subframe over here. So we're letting this dry. And I'm gonna sand it down with 600 grit to make sure it's all smooth. And then we'll lay down the blue and stuff. Also yesterday, one of my cans started spraying paint all over by itself. I'll put up like a video of it. But that was annoying, so hopefully I can get some replacement cans or something because it wasted a lot of my paint and like messed up the cans. But I also probably gonna order some more paint just in case. And I also still don't have like no storage on my phone, so I'm gonna probably go on my GoPro and then show you guys a process of my sanding and then walk you guys through how I paint. Okay guys, the very start of the painting process is the preparation, which is probably the most important part, or one of the most important. And as you can see here, I started by sanding the swing arm. I did this to the frame, subframe, all the other parts I sanded with 600 grit. You want to get everywhere you can, pretty much everywhere. After getting everything sanded, I go ahead and just wash it all down, get all the grime off. And then I go ahead and start masking up all the spots that I don't want to get paint on. I also have these little hole plugs so I can plug up all the holes so I don't mess up the threads. And that's pretty much all you have to do to get it all prepped, and now it's ready for primer. I did also get the subframe done and it looks really good. See that, the sparkle. It's really shiny. Got all the inside. It's pretty much just like a powder coat. I think it looks really good. I like how it's blue, but not super blue. It's more like aqua. There's like some green in it. But we have to get this all prepped, all sanded, and then tape up all the holes, or all the bearings, and then plug all the holes, which just has a lot more, obviously, than everything else. We're gonna get this all prepped, and hopefully be able to paint it tomorrow, and I'll show you guys the process of painting. We have the frame all ready and prepped and sanded and everything plugged and taped up. And I'm gonna go ahead and lay down the primer. Usually I just do one thick coat of this epoxy primer and then let that dry for an hour or so, and then we'll sand it down with 600 grit. And I'm wearing gloves and a respirator. Yeah, you don't want to breathe this stuff in, but we're just gonna go ahead and do this coat. I don't think there'll be enough in here. And we do have another can, but hopefully there is enough in here, because if there is, maybe we'll have enough to do the swing arm too. Okay guys, it's been like an hour and a half or so, and now all the primer should be dry. I have 600 grit sandpaper, and we're just gonna go over it, lightly sand it all so it's nice and smooth before I do the base color. Now that we have it all smooth and sanded, we can go over and clean it with glass cleaner or use isopropyl alcohol or something like that. but you really want to get all this like loose dust, you just sand it off because you do not want to paint over that. Guys, we got it all clean now. Make sure there's nothing on there. You can see there's some spots where there's pink, and that pretty much means I didn't put down enough primer or I sanded too much. But now we're gonna go in with the base coat. We're gonna do 2 coats of this, and yeah. Alright, y'all, I just finished the first coat, and there's definitely imperfections. You can see that little dot right there. I don't know why that's there. And it's not totally even, which is kind of expected because it's just the first coat. But as you can also see right here, I accidentally painted while there's a little more liquid on it, which messed up the paint and it wouldn't stick. Like down here. Oh crap. So whatever, now I have to wait 5 minutes and then we'll do the next coat. I got the most of the inside I could. It's kind of hard to reach in there. Alright guys, I did the second coat and it should be dry now. So I'm gonna go and put on the flake. With the second coat, I think it looks a lot better. There's still that stupid water buildup that I should have dried off before, but I didn't notice it. But I guess that's whatever. It's not gonna be perfect. But we're gonna throw on the flake and I'm gonna do 2 coats of that. You can just do it, if you're copying this, you can do as many coats as you want. A flake just depends how sparkly you want it to be. All right guys, it's the next day now and we got the frame all done. And I didn't record the last couple of parts that I did, which I think I ended off doing the base color and then I sprayed the flake and I did 2 coats of that, and then I waited 10 minutes between that, and then I did 3 coats of 2K clear. But the lighting isn't the best in here to see the color, but I think it came out really nice. I think it came out the best so far out of all the other pieces I've done. But you can see it's nice and glossy. It looks really good. I think I did the perfect amount of paint on each coat. I got the inside the best I could. It was really hard to reach. But that's not really a big deal anyway because you can't really see it. But yeah, I think it came out really nice. I did order more paint for the swing arm. This is all the paint I've gone through so far. 2 clear coats, which makes sense because we've been doing 3 coats of clear coat. 1 just base color, which I'm surprised we've only gone through 1. I think I've used a whole can and then almost a whole nother one. This epoxy primer's gone. We only do 1 coat of that, so we shouldn't go through that as fast. And then the flakes, I wasn't expecting to go through both of them, but they also had the malfunction where they started spraying on their own and that ended up wasting a ton of paint. So yeah, that happened, but they're sending out free replacements of those with my order with the rest of the paint, which should be coming on Saturday. I'm really happy with how the frame came out. Literally looks like a powder coat. Yeah, really shiny. I'm excited to start rebuilding it. Hopefully I'll be able to get this all done before a trip I'm going on next week. And then I'll also probably paint the shock today. And then I'll show you guys what it looks like if I do. Guys, I just finished painting the rear shock coil and I think it came out pretty nice. Not really a big deal. I feel like it looked bad or not because it's not really a big piece of the bike. But I just put down the primer and sanded it and stuff. And then I had some leftover silver that I got from a different job. A paint job that I did for someone. I just finished off using that can, and I did 2 coats of that on here, and then I did 1 coat of 2K clear. I thought I had more 2K clear left, but I guess not, so I guess we're only running 1 coat. But that's fine. Like I said, you can't really see it, but I think it looks good. It's nice and shiny. It's not like full chrome, it's more of like a silver. And if I had a light like up to it, there's a little bit of flake in it, but you can't really tell. But now we gotta let this dry and then get it back in the actual shock. Alright guys, a little update on what's been happening. So I ended up painting the swing arm yesterday and it came out really bad. I think it was because the weather is really hot and humid. And since that happened, right now I'm stripping all the paint off the swing arm so I can restart and do it again. And then hopefully I'm gonna be painting it in my garage. You can see I'm trying to let it cool down in here and get the humidity out so I can actually paint it in like a good temperature. And the reason I'm trying to do this all today is because yesterday I found out I did the whole process wrong. Well, not the whole process, but there's a step that I forgot to do with the frame. And as you guys see, I did get it rebuilt. Well, I started rebuilding it, but you still gotta do the swing arm, and it looks really good. But I just learned that on the bottom of the 2K clear coat cans, there's a little valve that you have to open to let the hardener inside the clear coat, and I totally didn't know that before I painted this all. But it does look and feel really good. I could just take it all back apart and get it sandblasted and restart the whole process. That would be the correct way to do it, but I don't want to do that, and it feels good, and it looks good, and it feels durable enough for me. Because since there's no hardener, the clear coat won't ever fully dry, and it'll be like a little tacky. Like, it feels good, but like if I were to press my fingernail in there, it'll leave a little mark. I don't know, you can kind of see. But that's because I didn't add any hardener, and if I did add hardener, it would be obviously nice and hard like a powder coat. But I really don't want to restart this whole process, so I'm just going to leave it be. And if it ends up getting messed up in the future, then I guess we'll have to restart, do it again. Maybe I'll powder coat, I don't know, we'll see. But it is looking really good right now. Some of the titanium bolts are supposed to come today, and I have this paint stripper on the swing arm right now. So we're gonna let that all strip, and then I'm probably gonna power wash it to try to get all the old paint off. I got those extra cans that I ordered to do the swing arm, and that's when I learned that I needed to do that. And after you add the hardener to the clear coat, there's a certain amount of time you have to use the clear coat before it fully hardens inside the can. And you have 24 hours, it says it right there in the pink. And I opened this one yesterday, and I was gonna paint the swing arm, but like I showed, it got all messed up. So this one right now has the hardener in it, and it's currently like in that 24-hour timeline. So I'm trying to get that swing arm all finished, all ready to repaint again, so I can paint this before this clear coat goes to waste and I have to buy more, because this is the only can I have left. We got the bike almost all together, and we're redoing the swing arm. I'm gonna be doing it in the garage, like I said, because hopefully it'll be nice and cool in here. That's what we're trying to do here. And yeah, we have some titanium coming today, so hopefully I'll be able to install that. And I don't know if I've told you guys this yet, but I ordered an FX throttle, which I'm excited about. Hopefully that will come before I leave for my trip on Thursday. Hopefully I'll catch you guys once the swing arm is all done and actually looks good. I got the swing arm all done yesterday, and it's been drying, and it looks pretty good. Lighting's not the best right here, but it looks nice. This time I actually did it right. I added the hardener to the clear coat, and I can definitely feel it. It feels a lot stronger and stiffer. There is a good amount of orange peel, as you can kind of see right here. And I think that's mainly from me painting it right down on the bare metal, because yesterday I stripped all the paint because, like I said, it kind of got messed up because I painted it outside in really humid weather. And I'll put up a picture of it fully stripped because I didn't really film anything. But I ended up painting it in really bad weather, and I think that messed up like the curing process, and it ended up all like cloudy. So I redid it in my garage, and I like opened all the doors so the cold air would come in. And I have the humidifier right there, so it like pulls out all the water in the air or whatever. And I did it in my garage, and it came out nice. And another reason I think there's a good amount of orange peel is because I only did 2 coats of clear coat, which I was planning to do 3, but I ended up running out. So I kind of did 2 medium coats of clear coat, except of 1 light coat and then 1 heavier coat, because I was planning to do 3, but it's whatever. It looks pretty good, and hopefully it'll be a lot stronger. And the frame, like I said, I didn't add the hardener to the clear coat, so it's always going to be like kind of sticky. At least I did the swing arm right, so that hopefully won't get damaged. But I'm going to go ahead and throw the swing arm on right now, and the bike will pretty much be together, but we are still waiting for our FX throttle, and I still have more titanium coming. I forgot to mention some titanium came yesterday, and we got it on. It looks really good. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead, throw on the swing arm. Hopefully it's fully dry and I don't mess it up in the process, but I'm going to be careful because I don't think it is fully dry, but I'm impatient. So I'm just gonna get it on and be careful, and then I'll show you guys when I'm done. I want to show you guys quick what step I missed. The 2K clear that I didn't use correctly. So here's the can. The directions are here. It tells you what to do, and I never read them because I don't know, I was stupid. I thought all the directions would be the same on all these. But pretty much what you do is before you spray it, you go down here on the bottom, pop off this cap, and there's this ring on it. You pull that ring off, and then you loop it into that valve right there, and you pull up that valve and twist it, and it lets the hardener into the clear coat. Alright guys, we just left off with getting the swing arm finished and painted, and I have the bike all together right in front of me. It's not quite done yet because last touch just came in, the FX throttle. I'm excited to throw this on, so I'm gonna throw this on really quick and then I'll reveal the bike. Alright y'all, the build's all done and it's in front of me. A lot of you guys probably have already seen it on shorts or like on TikTok or Instagram, but I think it came out really good, and here it is. It looks super good for spray paint. You can I don't know if you can see the sparkle on camera, but it looks really nice. Got all the fresh titanium here. No nuts and bolts. The bolts I got were a little too short, but still I'm using them. Got all the bash guard bolts. The new sprocket and titanium. The sprocket looks really good. There's a lot more torque now with the bigger sprocket. Got my rock light up there and my new button that I mounted right here, which looks cool, and the FX throttle, which I'm happy for because these feel super good. Cut down my stem a little bit, and yeah, I think it looks really good, especially for spray paint. And my comparison to spray paint versus powder coat, I pretty much think if you spend a lot of money on high-end paint like I did, it's pretty much like the same as powder coat, and it ends up usually being around the same price. But don't do what I do and forget to add hardener. The swing arm is nice and strong. The frame is pretty strong, but just not as strong as the swing arm. Also painted the spring silver. Got some carbon wrap back there. Yeah, it looks super nice. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments, or maybe what I should do in the future. I think we have some brands sending out some new parts, like a jack shaft, some other stuff. But yeah, make sure to like and subscribe and go follow all my other socials.